Hey everyone, welcome to your workout. Today is going to be a strength workout, and like we do for almost every workout, we're going to invite you to join us to warm up by doing the same movements that you're going to do for your workout, just without any weight and without any pressure. The idea here is just to get comfortable with those movements. So again, the first thing that we're going to do is a squat, and most of these we're going to do for 20 to 30 seconds. Again, it's a video. If we're ever moving too fast for you, the reminder is that you can pause the video, you can change it up, you can do whatever you need to do so that you can feel good and ready for today. The second move is going to be a push-up, and again, you'll see Maggie and I doing variations here. Anything that gets those pushing muscles warmed up and ready for push-ups, or really whatever push you're going to do, but feel free to do anything that, again, just kind of opens you up and kind of wakes you up, gets you ready to go. So you'll see me doing some down dog reps, some push-ups, maybe some shoulder taps, anything to be creative. And again, just to feel loose and ready. So we're going to take a little breather here. Again, anytime we're standing up and shaking it out, it's oftentimes anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. So again, just get what you need. You're going to see me use a variety of equipment today. A kettlebell, and if you don't have a kettlebell, you have a dumbbell, you can use that. I also have a band. Maggie, you'll see her do bodyweight exercises and also a backpack, and we'll talk about that in just a second. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin with those squats. Awesome. Okay, now for my people that love knowing the roadmap, what's going to happen here is every move is going to be 45 seconds long with about a 15-second break at the end. So your squats are going to take place for 1 minute, but really 45 seconds of it is work. And then 15 seconds is getting, it's getting ready for the next exercise. You're grabbing a breath, kind of getting whatever you need. Right now, for round one, your goal is just to move really well. You're ironing out the wrinkles, you're still getting a feel for the exercise. So if it doesn't feel that hard, it's okay. That's not really the point yet. You're really just paying attention, kind of gathering info right now so that you can make changes based, on what you're knowing, what you're learning in the later rounds. And again, 3, 2, 1, you're gonna go ahead and take a break. You're gonna rest here for 15 seconds. And remember, that second move is a push-up. Go ahead and get in position. We're gonna begin in 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Same intention as that first round. Get a feel for the exercise. It's okay if it doesn't feel super challenging yet, or ever. We'll talk about the intensity here in a second, but right now the goal is move and just feel good. You've got this. You'll see Maggie on her knees, and the reminder there is it's a good looking push, right? You do whatever you need to do to make these look and feel good, and remember that things might change every time that you do this workout. This isn't meant to be a one-time only workout. We want you to come back and be able to do this, and over time, as you get better, you might be able to get up off those knees. There are going to be some times where you're going to feel tired and you're still going to do this workout, and you're going to think, oh my gosh, I've got to get down to the knees and do it. That's always fine. 2, 1, and stop. Again, 15 seconds. That's round one. We're going to get ready for round two. So again, get whatever weight, whatever implement you want, and get ready to go again in 3, 2, 1, squats, round 2. And Maggie's still going body weight. I mentioned that sometimes we use a backpack. If that's what you're using, a backpack or a cloth bag, any sort of, any sort of a bag, anything that kind of holds weight, remember that the easy fix to add weight would be books. Grab a heavy dictionary if you have one of those around. Our favorite is to do water bottles. They get heavy very quickly. Water's very dense. So again, be creative if you want to, and just move however is best for you. For me, I'm choosing to hold that weight this time up in what I call goblet style, up near my front. And I like switching it up. I like seeing how it feels to move the weight a little differently. So again, do what feels best for you. 3, 2, 1. Excellent finish to round 2. You're gonna get ready for those push-ups. So whenever you're ready, hop down to the ground. And we're gonna begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Time for push-ups. Round 2, we almost always like to say, is our dial it up round. So here's where you're taking a moment, while probably every rep, right? Just take a pause at the top and flex what you got. I always like to tell people we start with those core muscles, right? Kind of around the tummy. That's an easy one to brace to kind of make it go tight. And then if you can, you branch out. You think about squeezing those butt muscles. Get your legs in there, get the arms in there. If you can, I always like to think about turning my body into stone, but just for a second, just for a real brief moment in time, and then you get back down. And part of strength is being able to include tension and then also to be able to relax out of that tension. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of round 2. You've got one more round in front of you, for these exercises at least. And the goal here is going to be to finish well. Okay, go ahead and get what you need. You're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Last round of squats. And again, just a little attention. I'm grabbing my band here, and hopefully you should be able to see it, but if you can't, I've got both feet stepping on it. And then to add enough resistance, you'll see me re-grip that band. If it's too tight, I will just let some of that band slip through my fingers so I have a little more flexibility, a little more laxity in there. If it's not heavy enough, I'll just reach and grab more band closer to my feet before I stand back up. And again, the goal is to do a good looking squat. Your priorities never change. Every single round, your highest priority is to look good and to feel good. Then, if you're doing that, you think about dialing it up a little bit, getting those core muscles involved, adding that full body flex, and then last of all, make it feel like exercise. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. You finished with your squats for this workout. Nicely done. Awesome finish. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with those push-ups. Again, we're going to finish well, and we're going to begin this last round in 3, 2, 1. Let's go with those push-ups. Let's talk about intentions. Look and feel good. Push-ups are challenging. Even people that are really, really good at these get tired after 3 rounds, especially going for 45 seconds. So if you're feeling fatigued, remember, it's okay. Just make sure that you're looking and feeling good. If you are, add that core movement, add that flex, add that whole body tightness if you can, and then relax. Up and tight, and then relax. Then if there's anything left, here's where you make sure it feels like exercise. And most of you are going to think, oh my gosh, yes, it feels like exercise. Stop saying it. And it's just a reminder, right? If for some reason it wasn't feeling like exercise, you could change it. You could pick a foot up. You could go faster. You do what you need to do to make it feel right. 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. You are done with those 3 rounds. Now, before we start our next supersets, before we start our next group of exercises, there's a little stretch coming your way. We call this active recovery, because it's 2 things. It's recovery. You're not doing hard exercise right now. The goal is to let your heart rate go back down, to let your breathing get somewhere close to normal, and mentally just to think, okay, whew, I'm done. And then the second part of that word is it's active. You're not just standing around, you're not just laying on your mat or on your carpet, you're still moving. You're increasing some blood flow. You're getting ready for what's about to come next. And so here's where we love doing our down dogs and then our child's pose. And even in our child's pose, it looks like we're not doing much, but I know I'm breathing very deeply. I'm arching my back up. Here I'll stretch my hands out and I'll do a little rotation. These are some of the key ones that we love doing because it helps us feel good. Now, before we jump into our next set of exercises, we're going to do exactly what we did at the beginning. We're going to warm up. We're going to go ahead and practice the movements so that when it comes time to do them with resistance, you're ready for them. The 2 movements that we're going to do are a deadlift and a row, and we're going to begin that warm up with a deadlift right now. So if you're ready, go ahead and join us. And a reminder is that deadlift is that you're really just reaching towards the floor. A lot of people like to say, this feels like a squat. How much do I bend my knees? What am I doing here? My response to them always is do this so that it feels the best for you. And keep in mind that you're really reaching towards the ground here. Okay, your hands are absolutely reaching down. To make it a little more of a deadlift, realize that you'll probably bend you'll hinge at your hip a little more than your knees are bending. With a squat, we like to say your knees bend a lot. With a deadlift, they bend a little bit, always okay, but it's more in the hips. Now our second movement is a row. Sometimes I'll grab my band for a warm-up. Oftentimes I'll just go without anything. And this is always okay. You're really just getting your body used to the movement here. And remember, there's lots of different ways to do this. As long as your elbows are moving either up or back, chances are you've got a good looking row. Whether you're bent over or standing upright, again, lots of good, clean ways to do this. Okay, that's it for our warm-up. You should be pretty ready for those movements. If you're not, again, pause the video, do whatever you need to do to get warmed up, grab some water, make sure that you're ready. Again, that's the beauty of us having a video. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, deadlifts here. And again, we're going for 45 seconds, just like that first round. You'll still have that 15-second break in between exercises, and we're gonna go for 3 rounds. So if you're doing the math, it's another 6 minutes. before we're doing our last little bit of active recovery, and you either wrap your day up or continue on. Okay, keep it rolling here. You've got about 20 more seconds. Now, even though we've done 6 more minutes of exercise, right? We already did your squats and your push-ups. It doesn't change the intentions. This is still your first round for a deadlift. So your goal here is to look good and to feel good, still to iron out those wrinkles. And for those of you that the deadlifts don't quite feel good, take a look over at Maggie. She's doing a bridge. We love this movement. This is always, always a great substitute for doing a deadlift. 2, 1, take a little break. Go ahead and get what you need for your row. Again, if you're using that dumbbell, if you're using a kettlebell, a backpack filled with weights, or a rubber band, you can mimic these movements. 3, 2, 1, let's begin with those rows. Like we talked about at the beginning, you're pulling your elbows up towards the ceiling, or if you're standing upright, you're moving your elbows towards the back wall. I always like to think that I'm kind of squeezing my shoulder blades together. That can be a little tough to kind of make happen. So again, my best kind of a form chat here, right? My best cue is pull those elbows back. If you can pull those elbows towards whatever wall is behind you or towards the ceiling, you will be doing this pretty darn close to right. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal here is to move well and to make sure that it feels pretty good for you. If it doesn't, change it up a little bit. Lots of different ways to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job making it through round 1. Again, take that break. I always love to stand up, kind of shake it out, take a deep breath. If I've got a water bottle, sometimes I'll take a quick swig, and then we're getting ready for deadlifts again. 3, 2, 1. Deadlift on round 2. And our intention here, make it a little bit better. Dial it up. My favorite way, like we talked about at the beginning, is to add that little core flex, but I'm not going to limit you to that. People have lots of different ways to make their rounds better. I will leave that up to you. If you can honestly say that each rep this round is a little bit better than what they were last round, then you're totally making progress. And keep rocking what you're doing, because we don't want to fix what ain't broke. You keep doing what works best for you and rock it. You've got about 15 more seconds here. Stand up tall and proud. If you're going my style, add that little core flex. If that's not your thing, don't worry. Just keep it looking good. Aim for better. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 15 seconds and get ready for that row. Again, you can be creative. You're going to see me pop down for a seated row. I'm going to slide this band around my feet. One of my favorite ways, one of my favorite options here. 3, 2, 1, and begin. I always love to tell my people, we're focusing on 4 really just key movements here, right? If you can squat, if you can sit down, if you can push up, right? If you can push things away from yourself, if you can bend towards the ground, and if you can pull. Those are our 4 big ones. If you can do those things, you are strong, you are capable, and you're going to go far, right? You're going to be able to do most of what you need to be able to do. And there's so many good ways to do this. So again, don't get caught up on doing just one style. 3, 2, 1. I probably went a little long on that one, but you know what? A few more reps won't hurt you. All right. Let's get ready for your third and final round here. 2, 1, begin. Deadlift, last time here. Like we talked about with those rows, though, again, there's lots of different ways to do a deadlift. I'll have people stagger their feet. I'll have them not go down as far. I'll have them hold their weight with one hand or alternate. You do what works for you, and don't overthink it. It really should be pretty simple. If you can at least mimic us, get kind of close to what we're doing, your chances are you're doing it right. And let's talk about that last intention. Make it feel like exercise. If any part of this is feeling easy, now's your chance to dial it up a little bit. You're smart. I believe in you. You know what to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was your last round of deadlifts. Nicely done. Give yourselves a quick pat on the back, not too long, because you still have those rows to go. All right, go ahead and get into whatever position you need for that last time. 3, 2, 1, and row to your heart's content. Make sure it looks good. Make sure it feels good. Do that little body check-in, right? Make sure everything here is where you want it to be. Make sure these are looking better than they were in the past, right? Dial it up a little bit. Maybe form gets a little tight. And then last of all, make sure it feels like exercise. I like to remind people that almost anything you do with your arms, it almost goes without questioning that it's going to feel like exercise. They fatigue pretty quick for most people. So again, if I'm bugging you with telling you to make it feel like exercise, just mute me for a little bit. 10 seconds to go. You're almost there. Keep it strong. Finish well. You've done so good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them go and shake it out. Awesome, awesome job today. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is your down dog rep. Go ahead and begin. And I should say, let me back up a little bit. The last thing that you're going to see Maggie and I do is our down dog rep. The goal here is active recovery. So if you have a different movement that you know settles you down but keeps you moving, keeps you ready, go ahead and do that. That's always okay. You don't have to do exactly what we're doing here. Now, a little reminder, right, as we're getting ready to wrap up. These exercises, this video is meant to be done more than once, right? Not necessarily right now, right? We don't need you to go ahead and do this another 3 times each. That would be a little excessive. There are often times where we program out for people and we say, hey, start with this video and then go ahead and follow it up with another video. If that's the case, if that's on your program, go ahead and finish this little breather out and then get ready to go do your exercise. If that's not on your program, or if you're just doing this as kind of your workout of the day, consider yourselves done. You nailed it. Breathe and focus on your recovery. Awesome. I'm going to let Maggie go ahead and wrap us up, but we are so thankful for you joining us today.
Well, hey everyone, Maggie here. We would love for you to subscribe to this channel. We have a lot more workout videos with different focuses and different lengths of time that we would love for you to check out. And if you subscribe, you'll kind of always be in the loop on what we're coming up with. Thanks again for joining us, gang. Make it a great day.